Hello everyone! Welcome to my very first time vlog. But before you watch my video, just click first the subscribe button down there so that you will able to follow and notified my new uploaded videos. This vlog is not about memes and not about funny contents. It is all about the educational purposes that gives us an additional idea and informations about the 5 characteristics of good performance assessment. Whether it is familiar or not, no one can stop. Rar. So, the number one characteristic of a good performance assessment is to authentic, that is, it includes performance tasks that are meaningful and realistic. So from the word authentic, it signifies the word origin, genuine, credible, and convincing. This means that performance tasks required originality, credibility, and genuinely to make it realistic that can be related in our everyday life. To make it more understandable and about being authentic in terms of performance assessment, one must understand and relate this example. All B.Ed students and BS.Ed students are required to create a lesson plan. But in order to test and measure their ability and knowledge, they will going to hire 10 students, whether it is elementary or secondary, as long as they will going to witness the capability of the required student to demo his or her lesson plan. This is to measure the knowledge of a student and will show the word authentic, originality, and credibility. So, and now, let us now move to the second characteristic of a good performance assessment, which is it provides opportunities for students to show both what they know and how well they know or how well they can do what they know. From the word opportunities for students to show what they know and how they can do of what they know, it clearly tells us that whatever we gain knowledge and learning must not stick with it. Instead, we should also apply and use it in different things. Just like I have the knowledge of the ingredients and materials of baking a chiffon cake. Since I have the knowledge of it, then it must not stick with that. Instead, I should apply what our knowledge I have to measure that. And to measure that, I must bake a chiffon cake in order to show both knowledge and skills. What I learned and know must also be applied and enhanced. And now, let us now move to the third characteristic of a good performance assessment. It allows students to be involved in the process of evaluating their own and their peers' performance and output. So, in this characteristic, it clearly says that students are involved and allow themselves to judge and evaluate their peers' performances. One example of this characteristic is when a teacher groups his class into 4 groups and each group must be given a task to do. But aside from that, if a group doing their task, then the other group must also observe and gives judgment through the group presentation. It is usually basis on criteria that have teacher allows them. But that doesn't mean that they only have to grade their peers' performance, because they also give themselves grades and judge for themselves or for their performance. So the fourth characteristic of a good performance assessment, which is it assesses more complex skills. So from the word complex skills, this is not just one skill but complex or many skills. Usually, teacher assesses one skill, especially in traditional tests. But in this characteristic of a good performance, it allows students to be more practical and creative one. I know it does not clear yet, but I will give you an example for you to understand well and to relate yourself also. Let's just say that there is a company that hires an employee, but in order for those applicants to hire, they must know different skills and show their potentials. As long as they know how to do the significant role and task that the manager wants them to do, they must pass the given test. And let us now move to the very last characteristics of a good performance, which is it explains the tasks, required elements, and scoring criteria to the students before the start of the activity and the assessment. It is very simple and easy, especially when we just learn to understand the meaning and what does this characteristic means. Of course, rubrics and criteria are given first before giving the said task, activity, and assessment. I don't think so that there are teachers who prefer to give an assessment or performance task first before giving the criteria. It may weird, and how about the preferences and what should be the basis of the students if criteria is given after they do their performance? I know for sure that students' performance must surely not align and meet the criteria of the teacher. I can assure that students' performance must not meet the required elements, the scoring, the teamworks, and so on. As we all know, criteria and scoring must be given first before giving the assessment when it is all about performance tasks. It is done and served for the majority of the class. Creating the criteria together for the students to make feedbacks and comments for them to revise if needed. So, have you guys understand and gain some information about the 5 characteristics of good performance assessment? If yes, free to comment. That's all for my blog today and hope you like it. Thank you everyone again. My name is Michelle Olajao, B.Ed 2.